All right, let us welcome the breakout star of UFC 263 this past Saturday in his second fight in an 8-day span, makes his UFC debut against a very tough opponent in Matt Frivola, and then he just goes ahead and knocks him out in 7 seconds. The fourth fastest knockout in UFC history, the fastest knockout in the history of the lightweight division. What an introduction to the UFC for one Terrance McKinney, who is kind enough to join us just a couple days removed from that amazing performance. Terrance, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing great, man, and it's an honor to be here on the show with you guys, and I just want to thank you for that.
Absolutely. What an amazing moment that was for you. You've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. Comes on short notice. You delivered a highlight for the ages. Has it even sunk in what you did on Saturday night?
Yeah, it sunk in, it's like people been blowing me up, so like I didn't even want to go to my city. I knew it was gonna be awful, so I'm out here in Miami just trying to relax and just let it all sink in, like you say, And honestly, I'm not trying to think about it too much because there's still a lot of things that I really need to get done that I'm really trying to do. Like until I touch the UFC gold, like I don't even want to care about none of these wins until I have the belt around my waist.
So you don't savor the flavor at all?
I did for a couple of days, and I'm trying to get straight back to the gym. I'm about to be hitting mitts as soon as my coach lands in town.
There you go. So you had just gotten a first round finish in just over a minute for LFA earlier this month, 8 days before your debut took place in the UFC. How did this opportunity come together for you? Like, when were you made aware that this was a thing and that you could be taking that next step and signing with the UFC and getting right in the octagon?
They called me on Tuesday. Literally that same day I flew out of town.
So that quick, huh? Like 5 days notice, it was a done deal?
Yeah, I think it was actually, they called me Monday, and then like the next day I was flying out. It was confirmed we were flying out.
There you go. Not even a second to really breathe, but that's probably better, right? You just get in there. You don't have to let kind of overthink anything. You just get there and do what you do best.
Yeah, exactly. We still study him because we know he's a game opponent. Like no one was really putting him out like that. He's very tough and durable. So like I was already training hard, but after that I was just trying to stay sharp. We hit and miss, and I was studying hard and watching them like crazy.
It was great to see this moment for you because, especially, it was referenced on the broadcast a couple of times, and you even said to Joe Rogan after the win, like, I have this crazy story in regards to how I got to this place, and it is a crazy story of redemption and sort of hitting rock bottom and then getting a second chance and making the most of it. The partying that sort of came to light while you were in college, it led to this wild night in Spokane where you and some friends decided to have this wild night of escaping reality. You mixed the hallucinogenics with alcohol. It was this bad combination of things. You put your head through a window. Your friends call 911 and they bail on you in this beginning of this road to this incredible knockout. So, I know you know what happened that night, but you don't remember any of it. Is that accurate?
Yeah, like honestly, I was tripping the whole time. It felt like I was just dreaming. Like I was seeing all kinds of crazy visuals. Like I thought I was still sitting on the couch, like dreaming, but I was out there being wild and punching windows and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
And there's videos all over social media of this from your local news outlets, and the officers like try to get you into custody, and you were tasered. It had little effect on you because you were in that zone, and then they finally get you in the ambulance where you ended up dying twice on the way to the hospital. Your heart stopped beating. Scary situation. And I know you don't remember everything that led up to that moment, but do you recall like the first thing you remember when you woke up?
All I remember is like me at the house, and I just remember like what I was seeing, but I don't remember like recall anything after like I fell through the window.
It was an interesting time in the world when all this happened, because all the riots were going on in some of these major cities around the country due to racial tension, especially with police officers. And those officers were in a pretty tough spot that night. But in that moment, it was like, it just seemed like the right group of officers were on duty and they helped save your life that night. Like, how grateful are you that it was those guys on duty on that specific night and that you were in Spokane when this all happened?
Yeah, I'm very grateful to God because like, I know I couldn't walk up to someone going crazy like that. It's a scary situation. Like, luckily I had like straight underwears on so they could tell I didn't have a weapon. So I thank God. Like I always like to be comfortable usually and just like to wear shorts. So like, and honestly, I'm glad the officers didn't shoot me. I'm grateful to God for that. And I thank them for taking it taking that experience and doing their best part.
How did you react the first time you saw that video?
Honestly, it was very emotional and like I was pretty embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed in myself. I had to take a serious look at life and see what I really want to do and like is this the kind of life I want to live? Like I never wanted to see like that again. So like it was definitely a game changer.
Have you ever thought about how your life would be if that never happened? Like if you went through that night and it didn't get as extreme, you got through the night without it getting to that point. Like, do you think that you'd be in the spot in your life right now?
I think everything happens for a reason, so I'm glad it did. But I think I probably would have thought I was a little bit more invincible, and I probably would have ended up dying, to be honest, because I've probably gotten more into drugs.
But it obviously led to, you helping out the officers with some of the youth in your area. How fulfilling has that been for you, sort of taking on that role, joining forces with the police and trying to help out some of these people with the same problems you used to have?
Like going to the schools and speaking to kids, doing all that crazy stuff, like it brought tears to my heart just seeing like kids out there doing that kind of stuff. Like I never thought I'd hear some kids like in middle school doing any drugs like that or talk to parents like that. It was an emotional roller coaster ride. It really changed my life. It was a pleasure to see that I was impacting these kids' life in a positive way. Like it was crazy. Like kids till this day like still talk to me that I used to talk to. So it's pretty cool.
And it led you to mixed martial arts, and you got off to this incredible start to your career. You got on the Contender Series. You had that fight with Sean Woodson that didn't go your way, and then the fight with Derek Minner didn't go your way on the regional scene. But then everything just sort of turned around for you. I'm curious where your head was at after those two losses. Did it sort of ignite this massive flame inside of you, or was that something you had to mentally seek and kind of push through to get to that next level?
No, I already had the flame. I knew what I had to work on, and like it was mostly just getting healthy and just getting my body right and just not being so overconfident. And God had to humble me, man. Because I really thought I was gonna smoke both of them, but I even fought like both fight injured. Like I thought I could beat Derek Minner, even though I fractured a ball in my shoulder and tore my labrum. So like, and it went out of socket bad during that fight, and I couldn't escape the triangle because of it. So, but that's my fault, like not listening to my mom and not having my surgery instead of, because I did need the money at times, so I took the fight and I really shouldn't have.
So you got the surgery and all good now?
Yeah, I'm all good now and I'm done cutting weight because I never cut weight while I was wrestling really. And I think that played a factor where I was always so healthy, like, and that's why I moved up again. I was like, I'm just going to, get stronger and be healthy, like, because it's not really good to be cutting all that weight all the time.
And now here we are. You get signed. You're on this big card with fans, headlined by Israel Adesanya, who you got to meet during fight week. How did that happen? And what did you take away from your conversation with the middleweight champion?
I have to wait a bit. I almost gave up a couple of times. I was about to give up. My friend Jacoby was like, "All right, man, we waited here long enough. Let's just go. We probably already missed him." And like as I was getting up, like he said, like he was coming right out from getting his COVID test, and I was like, "Hell yeah, man!" And he was just such a humble and nice dude, man. And I hope that someday I could be a champion just like him on and off the mat.
What did he say to you that really stuck with you?
Like he was telling me how I'm a good guy, and he said I had a good story, and I can't really recall all the things he said. Like it's just been a crazy weekend.
What was the walk to the octagon like for you? Like, can you describe it? Because considering where you were like 6 years ago, that must have been such a surreal experience for you.
It was a surreal experience, man. I just let it all sink in. I didn't want to run to the cage, I just want to just take it as it is and just know that I belong there and just soak it up, man. Enjoy the fans, give them high fives, and show them that I belong, and I was glad to show the result that I did.
7 seconds was all it took. The fans erupt, and then the celebration and the knee injury. What are you thinking when you tweak your knee like that and come up hobbling? Are you like, you have just got to be kidding me right now?
I was like, God dang it, I'm an idiot.
That's so crazy, man.
Cause I remember I was about to hop on a cage and sit on there, but I forgot. I remember they said something like, you can't do that anymore or you get fined. So I was like, it was like, cause I think so fast, I had a double think. Like I wasn't even focused on landing. I was like, oh, I can't do that. That's why I was thinking in my head. And then I wasn't thinking about landing. I landed on my leg weird.
I know you did your post-fight scrum with the media afterwards, but did you go and get the knee checked out afterwards? Were there any x-rays done, like any sort of diagnosis on the injury itself?
I think I hyperextended it, but I'm gonna get an MRI tomorrow.
Do you think you don't think it's like a tear or anything like that, right?
I don't think so, because I can walk on it now, but I'm not a doctor, and I just got a high pain tolerance, so I just got to get it checked out either way.
You feel confident that it's nothing major?
I don't think it's anything major, and if it is, it's not my first injury, so I make sure like I take care of my body and listen to it well, and not rush back.
When the bonuses came out, it was a no-brainer in a lot of people's eyes that you were going to be part of the bonuses. You were not on the list, which was pretty surprising. I figured Moreno would be on there. Paul Craig had that gnarly submission, but when you get in the record books like that, that's typically like an automatic bonus. You didn't get one. I know Dana White since said that you're going to be taken care of, but when you found out you weren't getting a bonus, how did you react to that?
I didn't care about that at all, man. Cause like I said, man, I was just so grateful to God just to be there, man, and just to have a performance like that. Like nothing can tear me down. Like even if I didn't get a bonus, man, just to get a win like that, man, it was so surreal.
So was it like cherry on top of the sundae when Dana White said we're going to give him a little bit extra for that performance?
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see what he blesses me with, man. I'm excited to see.
So where do we go from here? I mean, Saturday is something that's going to be pretty hard to top, but you seem to be taking the right approach. Like you savored it, but now it's kind of behind you at this point. You do have this crazy wave of momentum behind you coming out of Saturday. What's next for you? I know you got to get the knee checked up, but what do you kind of foresee?
I'm trying to be the next McGregor. Honestly, I think I have like that explosiveness and the power to just really just put people out and get some crazy highlight reels and finishes.
Outside of that, like what do you mean by being the next McGregor? You just want to like stay active and just go, and whenever they ask, you're ready.
Just like the McGregor effect, like just the way he just took over the whole game. Like that's what I'm looking to do in every aspect.
Is he a guy that you look up to?
I would say who I looked up to was Mike. Like he's one of the main reasons I started fighting, like because he was from my town. Like he won the Ultimate Fighter show, and then like after that, I always was a fan of Anderson Silva, and now I'm a fan of Israel. Like they're pretty similar, and like I love both their style, and like I'm just trying to get the same way with my stand up. The wrestling's already there, so like that's my full focus is really just the stand up right now, and I'm gonna continue to work on it until I get to a level where it's an A for me in that division, in that like category.
Where do you think it is right now?
Honestly, stand-up's just a forever evolving game. I'll feel like a C+.
A C+, even after a 7-second knockout like that?
Yeah.
All right, you are a humble guy after all. I was going to ask you about Chiesa because not only is he a great fighter, he's on a great streak right now going up to 170, but he's also one of the best analytical minds in the sport. What kind of influence has he been on you? I know he's a guy that you look up to, but just, from an influential perspective for you as a fighter, as a teammate, a student, if you will, how much of an impact has he had on you?
He was really like a big brother to me, back in the day, like when, he still got busy, but like he congratulated me like not too long ago. So I was happy about that. Like, I don't really train with him anymore. I end up switching over to Warrior Camp for like other reasons, but I think my new place I'm at is just a great home for me at Warrior Camp.
There you go. But listen, you did it, man. You did it. What an introduction to the UFC. You made it to the dance. I know you're not satisfied. You want to be the king of the dance. You want to have that title wrapped around your waist. And I think you had a pretty damn good start to getting to that goal. So incredible performance. I think everyone's excited to see where you go from here. So enjoy the win, enjoy Miami, the nice weather, and take care of that knee, and all the best to you, Terrance. I really appreciate the time.
Hey, thanks, brother. Much love. God bless, man.